Hello, welcome to Niger Watch. How are you? Welcome to our newspaper review, and I am your delightful host. My name is Ima. Thank you for joining in today. Hello to the people online. How are you, people? Good day to you. You guys. We are here to dissect the Nigerian headline news. We've got quite we need to draw our attention to the leaders of tomorrow. Yes, we need to join in their solidarity march, protest, and strike, whatever it is, to get the presidency to see this as a matter of urgency. Today makes it 155 days that ASUU has been on strike. That's too much. That's too much. That's not fair. That's inconsiderate. And in all of these times, we've had people in power, governors, councillors, local government chairmen, senators. We've had them celebrate their children's graduation. I mean, don't we see this? We see it. So if you would leave your country to go to another country to celebrate your child's graduation and all of that. Good morning to you, my people. Good morning to you, Osagovo. How are you? I hope you're good. It's good to see you. It's good to see you here, that you're here with me. Good morning, Mr. Edo Light. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in today. Guys, in the comment section, you have the link if you'd like to join the broadcast. Please do the needful. Yes. And also, you have to like this broadcast, you have to share the broadcast, you have to invite someone. Let's talk. Let's have a small community meeting. Come, let's talk. Let's reason together. Let's dissect these issues. Let's analyze it. Let's inspire. Let's educate each other. That is why we do this every morning from 10 a.m. Nigerian time. So, guys, come on, please do the needful with publicity. Thank you. To the person that just liked this video, thank you. A special shout out to you. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, please let's do the needful. Let's do the needful, please. Let's do the needful. Um, okay. I believe our first paper for today is Punch. Adeleke's camp worries over litigation, whose PDP faction. All aggrieved members constitute danger. We are talking to Babayemi, PDP spokesman. He says they say all aggrieved members constitute danger. So what do they want to do with them? Let's not forget that APC is still, you know, yeah, that was APC that said they were going to take legal actions against the 192 that intends to defect. These people have in-house crisis, and it looks like it's a whole lot for them to deal with. I expect Oyetola to have congratulated me, concede defeat, says Governor-elect Adeleke. Well, APC, the APC chairman is still yet to get the official result from INEC. So until he does that, is that will not be done. So wait until they're done. Why Oyetola's camp? They are cross-checking the election process and the counting to be sure that there are no loopholes. So they are very busy trying to make sure that this was a free and fair election. So, Mr. Deleke, incoming governor, you might have to hold on till they are done. Austrian governor's lawyers inspect election results, may head for court. Tinubu awaits governor. Okay, looks like APC wants to. They intend to drag this matters. They are not. They want to give this a fight. Going to the riders now. Aero suspends operations over skyrocketing Jet A1 price and others. Aero is one of the longest standing airlines, but it seems like the economy, has taken a toll on them, even the almighty Aero. This is one of the things I say here, that one of the most amazing things on here is that with this government is that they just have a way of touching everybody, every sector, every class, every grade. You are touched. This government, federal government, and United Nations to identify terrorists, criminals at airports. That's on page 19. Benin Disco challenges BPE, plans UK legal action. NLC dares police, says protest notification unnecessary. Okay. Consumers pay 193 billion naira to Disco's admit blackouts. That's reports, and this is true, guys. Abi una dey get light? Do you people have light? Are you not paying? One of the most expensive commodities or expenses that we incur as Nigerians, or I don't. Well, if this headline is saying, I think this is for all Nigerians. Oh, I don't know if to just pertain it to Lagos, to the ones that I'm very sure. A light bill these days, they are so outrageous. They are almost looking like house rent these days. They are saying 200 and something, 300 and some, 500 and something just for light bill. And it's true, and you don't even get that worth. You don't even get that worth. 193 billion naira to discos, admit blackout. That's rip off. Traders buyers grown as food inflation hit 20.60%. And this is not even like a weekly analysis, right? This is like a daily analysis. Where are my people staying in Lagos? Where are my people staying in Nigeria? You guys need to join the panelists. I need to have people that are here with me. We need to talk. This 20.60%. This is like every day, or say 2 days. See what you go to buy today. You can't go and buy the same price in 48 hours. You can't buy it for the same price in 48 hours. I'm talking for as far as mundane as salt, as mundane as maggi, as mundane as pepper, for basic things. But there's hike every time. The quality will even reduce. The quantity will still reduce, but there's still hike in it. So this 20.60%, it's a whole lot. It's choking us. Shanties, shops raised as fire got to Lagos sea sawmill. You guys, this thing was on. We talked about this sometime last week, when I think on Saturday, when Two Ninja was saying that he was saying, we need to have basic amenities like ambulance, and I'm like, bros, you are going too far. Ambulance, at least there are alternatives to that. But when it comes to fire outbreak, you have no alternatives. You literally have to wait for fire service. And this thing was this shanties. It was on fire for hours. For hours. ASUU meets August first strike, enters 155th day, guys. 101, that's how many months, guys. This is just, there's this statistics that came out and said in 16 years of um of a Nigerian youth um educational expectancy, right, circle, he or she spends 4 years whiling away time because of strike. 4 years. There are some things that should not be joked with, right? It should be our health system, security system, and educational. That's the only way that a nation can thrive. Of course, we will not thrive as a nation if ASU is going on strike all the time. There's no calendar year, university calendar year, that ASU does not go on strike. Please prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. No, there is none. That's why you see people who are in private school, their parents are struggling. They are doing manual jobs to send their children to private school just so that a child does not enter school at 16 and the child is coming out at 25 and they're expecting 5 years work experience. And at that, they'll say they don't want anything less than 26 or 28 years old. Are you not factoring all these things that are playing out in the country? I think we are undermining the ASUU strike. I think we need to, reinforce. We need to come together. We need to come together to, to talk together. We need to, join our voices together regarding this ASUU. They've all abandoned. They've just this presidential election, income presidential election, or every other election that we have. They just abandoned everyone. Even when the elections wasn't at hand. I mean, Chris Ngige, what has he been doing? What does he do? They were having let me just go on with the news. We'll continue with that when my panelists are here. Okay. Ogun residents flee homes, they cry government neglect, and that has to do with flood. Flood has chased some people out of their homes. So where are they staying? Who are they staying with? How are they managing? Do we sometimes put ourselves in this, in these situations and just try to imagine if because of water just have to flee your place to go stay somewhere else with your children? And trust us, we don't even born easy. Things are really going on in this country, guys. Lagos court jails businessman 60 years for fraud. Power supply to drop again. CCN alerts Nigerians. Power supply to drop again. You guys know, remember many times that there will be no fans mourn death of Nollywood actresses Ame and Onayira. That is catering practical of Fuji House of Commotion and Ame Ada, um, Mrs. Johnson's of the Johnsons, and that's one person that has been very open with her struggle, with her health struggle, and it was sad to know that um, what she has been fighting eventually took her, and that's quite a loss. That's quite a loss, and our condolences to the families of the bereaved. Oyo gets new deputy governor Olaniyi false impeachment. We'll go to the next story. Okay, children. FG in frantic moves to end ASU strike. Every time FG is doing this, presidency is meeting with this, minister of this is meeting with this person, and they all come out to say disjointed feedbacks. Very disjointed. ASU will come out and say, but Buhari, are you not saying this? How can you not be abreast of what is happening in your country? How can you come out and say things like you didn't know that they were on strike? You are in talks with ASU. ASU is saying the president has not said anything. ASU is coming out to say the president is being misinformed. What is really happening? How can the president not even out of this? Aviation union threatens to shut down airports. So, okay, we'll get to that. AFDB SCC signs $460,000 pact to deploy surveillance system in capital markets. Oshuguba fallout. PDP APC bandy words over Adeleke. PDP member shoots self dead celebrating. PDP member shoots self dead celebrating Adeleke's victory. US congratulates. Adeleke commends INEC security agencies want Nigerian citizens to register. NDLEA opens case against Abba Kyari, calls first witness. I don't even know why they try these people for so long. When you have everything at hand, they still keep them there for cultism. Police to investigate possible over link to 1 million boys. So sometime yesterday in the heat of the moment for him, I think he was having quite a moment yesterday, and he went on to say that he was bragging, and he's got quite a lot of that on his palms. He just Portable went on and on and on, and at some point said that he is the founder, is the leader of 1 million boys, and some other cult group that has been that terrorized us so badly during the lockdown time. And now the IGP has said that they should look into it, they should investigate that. Again, fire destroys Oko Baba Plank Market in Lagos. Why Nigeria must diversify from crude oil exports. That's from NEPEG boss. Troops kill five terrorists, recover weapons in Benue, Castina. Troops kill five terrorists, recover weapons in Benue, Castina. Zamfara government suspends Emir over to banning of bandits as title holder. So, so guys, let's even pinch on this Zamfara government suspends Emir over to banning. I'm guessing a good number of you watched the video, and you saw the crowd there, right? When things like that are going on, like when you have an ordination, coronation, you don't go alone. You go with family, you go with friends, you go with well wishers, you go with people. So this non-terrorist, I'm sure he had his colleagues there. He had his fellow terrorists there, right? And there was even a policeman on scene, right? So that means, so it's safe to say that there are host communities that are protecting these people. Oyo Assembly approves Bayolawa as deputy governor after removing Olaniyo. New deputy governor assigned three supervisory roles. My removal can't stand test of time, Olaniyi. Well, he's hopeful that he's going to come back. They sure do have some bolster, on them. Ghana confirms first cases of deadly Marburg virus. FG to deploy COVID-19 strategy to address Lassa fever, health minister. As of yesterday, Lassa fever had mounted up to 101 since it got into Nigeria. And the headline says that the Minister of Health FG to deploy. FG to deploy. That means they plan to. We already have 101 people that are carrying this, and we know that there are definitely more than 101. But because they lack, data and all of that, let's just agree that it is truly 101 persons that have the Lassa fever. Till now, they haven't even implemented it. Till now, they haven't even implemented it. Right from when we've been hearing that monkeypox is destroying people, even in the US, in the UK, you would think that they will sit up to responsibilities and begin to put measures in place, as they did. They are saying that they intend to. If there's one thing that our the sitting governments and even the one before this ones have right in common is they are short-sighted, even when the problem is staring them right in the face. Mr. Kennedy, good morning to you, sir. It's good to have you here.
Good morning, madam. It's nice to be here again. Good evening, actually.
Good evening, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. I'd like to say hello to one or two people before I get back to you, Mr. Kennedy. Hello, Naomi Bella. Good morning to you too. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining in today. Justin Emmanuel, hi. How are you? Good morning. How are you doing? Mommy Diaspora, good morning to you, Mama. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Mary Kimade, good morning to you, my dear. Good morning to you. I hope you are well. Innocent Oka, good morning to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. It is always a pleasure to have you here. Udoka Joy Alaze, good day. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. Please unmute your mic and let me know where you are joining me from.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning, madam. Yes, good morning,
Yeah,
madam. I can hear you.
how are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. It's a good day. It's a good day. Please, where are you joining from?
I'm joining from Austria,
Okay.
and yeah, I saw
Wait,
the video of this bandit that was I don't know
Turban.
that they made him. Yeah, this is really horrible. I can't believe that something like this is happening in a country, in this world. Is that really possible? And there is a
Welcome.
government?
Welcome to Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria, my sister. I'll get right back at you. I have to, go back to the other person that was here before you.
Okay, okay.
Thank you very much. All right.
So,
Mr. Kennedy, I believe you've been following the news, or would you want a recap of the headlines today so
Yes,
far?
little recap, please.
Okay. FG in frantic moves to end the ASUU. I think I really want us to celebrate on the ASUU strike, right? So we'll give credence to it much later. But before now, I wanted us to talk about. Okay, I wanted us to talk about the. You guys follow me to this place. Let's take this news. Okay, so FG not sincere about resolving to end ASU strike. No, not this one. Let's go to Daily Trust. Sorry. Okay. Boko Haram orders ambush soldiers attack 4 states in 6 hours. Right. CJTF chair, 4 members killed in Borno. Troops foil attack in Niger. 2 killed, 1 injured in Plateau. 7-year-old killed, 19 others abducted in FCT Kaduna. Now, Yobe flood, 4 dead as 11 communities relocate. Terrorism, UN bodies NCAA to upscale street passenger profiling regime. Now, I believe I've been talking for like 3 minutes and counting, and all I've been saying is this killed, this dead, this killed, this dead. It is either flawed or okay, like the latest attack was carried out just yesterday. Please, if you're not speaking, I'll need you to put your to mute your mic, please. Boko Haram orders ambush soldiers attack 4 states in 6 hours. Terrorists and bandits, honestly, they keep the media, they keep, I don't know, I'd like to think there is a difference between terrorists and bandits because I don't know why they are confusing us by using them interchangeably in the same sentence. Well, these people ambush troops and attack civilians in Borno, Plateau, and Katsina states between Sunday night and the wee hours of Monday, killing many and abducting others. They also attacked a village in the Federal Capital Territory where they killed a 7-year-old and abducted 9 residents. Security experts last night described the development as embarrassing and called for a new roadmap on how to tackle miscreants in the society. They also said it was a source of worry the way our military operatives were being attacked. In Katsina State, Bandits have abducted 9 people, including 4 housewives and 5 children from Shima quarters in Dotsima local government area. The attack came a few days after the killing of the area commander, ACP Aminu Umar, who was referred to as the god of Dotsima by the bandits themselves. The effrontery, that means if they've even tagged this name and they've given him, they called him the god of Dotsima. With the turbaning that we witnessed that happened over the weekend, and just as I said earlier, that it means that these people are residents in this community and they are shielded by this community. So who truly are we fighting? Is it truly the terrorists or the people that are shielding them? Because look at that crowd. Of course, there were also villagers who came to partake in that turbaning. My people, you guys watched the video, you saw the pictures, and between Sunday to now, 4 villages were attacked in 6 hours. Mr. Kennedy, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are still where we are. I don't know. First of all, let me talk about our Boko Haram ambushing our soldiers and attacking 4 states in 6 hours. You can see the distance that is enveloping 4 states, and this was done in 6 hours. Where are the security agencies? I think, like a lot of people have been saying, the security agencies may have been compromised. I said may because I'm not privy to the security agencies' modus operandi. They may have been compromised because retired Major General Danjuma has said it, retired Major General Obasanjo has said it. So I don't know why some people are still doubting. They are compromised, and I think they are working in cahoots with the Boko Haram or the bandits or whatever. That's where the problem is. And the president body language is not doing anything better. The president is not willing to fight this corruption or this insecurity. That's what the problem is. Benin proverb will say, "Ezega kuhun luwure, ohama mogbo anebio." If the water is polluted as the source, then people will not have any water to drink. That's where the problem is. If the political will is there, everything will be okay. I think we have to hold the president responsible because the buck stops at his table. Now, people are saying they are embarrassed. It's very embarrassing the way the
No, but
bandits
but
and
but but
okay.
Mr. Kennedy, right? Sorry to just cut right in. You are saying that at the end of the day, it's all in the hands of Mr. President. But Mr. President came out last week to say that with the break-in at Kuje prison, the attack on his advanced convoy, he came out and authoritatively said that he is giving the military the go-ahead and he has given them everything they need, to deal with this. I took the news here where it was saying he blames the insecurity on the transborder insurgents and all of that. And we had quite a discussion that day, and I think we kind of agreed that okay, that was the problem, and was going to do the needful. Even when the likes of Afenifere is coming out to say that the president doesn't mean what he said, that those orders were empty orders, and we are seeing this today. So, which other president are we waiting to give an order or to give a mandate that terrorism be college totally? Because he has already said that just recently. So,
Madam,
what is the solution?
just saying it. Are we sure he meant what he said? There's a difference between saying it and actually meaning what you're saying. If the president has said it, he has given. Must the president give, a marching order? The marching order has been given the day they were sworn in. So why would the president be giving marching orders all the time? So if he's giving marching orders all the time, which means he has to be swearing in these people because they have a mandate. And since he has given this marching order and the marching order has not been carried out, I think for about maybe more than 2, 3 years ago, I think he has said they should shoot aside anybody carrying AK-47. Now, have they shot anybody carrying AK-47? Has he relieved those people he gave the marching order? Has he relieved them of their various positions? The answer is no. So he said the former IG of police, the transmission, corruption, transmission, whatever, that he sent to Benue State. He wasn't aware, he didn't go. What did he do? Did he sack him? No. Instead, he will elevate them from one position to the other. So the problem, I would still say, the problem lies with the president. He's just saying it in public because probably he believes that is what I and you want to hear. So just come out and say, giving them marching order. You don't just, he's the commander in chief. He gives the marching order and the order is not carried out. He relieve them and prosecute them for not carrying out the order. That's all. But he's not doing it. Well, we just have to wait for the next 7, 8 months for him to get out of that place so that we have peace in the country. That's all. That's all.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, thank you. I'll come
And
back to you.
okay, thank you.
You want to say something?
Now, I wanted to just gloss over the turbaning of the terrorist,
Okay,
of
you're in
the
line. You could go ahead.
okay, the notorious terrorist. Say a lot this terrorist, he has a family. He's from this that particular community. Everybody knows him. Like I said, as I said yesterday, the governor should not have to, he doesn't have to punish the emir that is turbaning the terrorists. He should arrest the terrorist if he feels he's a terrorist. What makes him feel the guy is a terrorist? There must have been security evidence or intelligence evidence proving that the guy is a terrorist. So why has he not been apprehended? You see, somebody from the community, if this terrorist is probably giving them food, water, and buying generators for people in the community, they would definitely support him to be a traditional ruler because that is what is obtainable. These are villagers that they need something to eat. They just need money to survive. So the governor should do the needful and arrest the terrorists instead of persecuting the emir that is just probably have been intimidated by one or two persons in the community. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy. I was going to say something regarding in line with what you said. I wouldn't blame the governor for not arresting or not doing anything about it. If the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria cannot do anything, then I don't see what the governor can do.
Yeah, that is a
Imagine throwing
state.
a party for
Now,
them
yeah, we are
with
talking
our
of a
own
state
money.
now. We are talking of a state now, and the chief security officer of that state is the governor. So he has to do his bit.
But the governor still answers to the presidency, doesn't he?
Yes, it's not the
If he
same. We are
arrest
talking.
if he arrest the man today, if he arrest the man today, the president is going to send an order that he be released, or the military will even go and deal with the governor.
Then the
Because
governor should resign. The governor should resign. If you are
I
not allowed to carry out your duties, you should humbly resign and let people know that you have resigned because you were, kind of your hands were tied. You can resign. That is how to be humble. That's what is happening in the civilized world.
these people, they I'm not sure, them and being honorable, they just don't
Mm,
mix. They just don't mix. All right, Mr. Kennedy, I'll move on to some other person now.
thank
Madam
you.
Udoka, thank you for joining to this broadcast.
Hello, thank you. I totally agree with Mr. Kennedy. He's just on point. He's just right. I watched an interview that was granted to Peter Obi's VP. What's his name again? Ahmed Babadati. He said if he review what they know, what they have found out about all these terrorists, that everybody will be shocked. I don't know if you guys watched that interview as well. Meaning,
Yeah.
yeah, meaning there is super hands like president. They are all behind this thing. There's something about these people. There's something. These people do all they do, and no one hold them accountable. No one arrest them. They still. Then why would they do more and more and more? Do you know that Nigeria is like a burial ground where they bury people, like kill people like chickens, and no one is asked why. Nobody can even, I don't know. In fact, I don't know. Like Aisha Yusuf said, this is a battle for survival. We are fighting. 2023 is a battle for survival. Either we fight this battle to survive, because if we can't continue like this anymore, if we all keep quiet, if we all let these people continue like this, I don't know what will happen. Really, I don't know what will happen. And I don't know why that man, the what was it, the bandit or whatever, I don't know. I don't know why he's still free. Is president not seeing him? Where are Nigerian soldiers? Why are they all leaving him? Why is he free? This I cannot understand. If they know that this guy is really a terrorist, if they know that this guy has been behind the killings, the banditry, the robbery, the raping and everything in Nigeria, why is he free? Why is he not in jail? Not just that he's free, he's also receiving chieftaincy title or whatever, king of
Honestly,
Fulani.
honestly, yo,
What
honestly,
is happening?
honestly, I was shocked yesterday, my sister. That is, with our money, yo,
What is happening?
with taxpayers' money, yo. That's what they used to do. Can you imagine? And they say there are so many of them. It's not the
Yeah,
first,
I
and that's
watched
why
it
it's a
myself.
norm, and that's why it feels like a norm, like a normal. What?
You know, this is why they are scared of Peter Obi becoming the president. See how all of them are attacking him. All of them from every corner. They're all. Why are they attacking him in that manner? Why? Why him? Because they know if that man gets to power, things will change. They know this.
I mean,
That's
of
why they
course,
are all.
when we have somebody that is going to hold them accountable, that's why.
That's what they are scared of. They have, because there's one. These people in power. They hate us. They hate the whole Nigeria. They hate us. They just want to kill all Nigerians. But people are not seeing this. They don't care about us. And this is the first time someone has come out. Okay, not the first time. Because MK Abiola himself also came, but they didn't let him succeed. You know, this is another opportunity that we have to restore Nigeria, and they don't want it. They are all. What has Peter Obi done that they are all attacking him in that manner? What has he done wrong? He said he wants to transform Nigeria from consumption to production. This is the crime he committed. This is why all of them are attacking him. These people don't want Nigeria to progress. This is what is hurting me the most. They don't want good things to come to Nigeria. They're all attacking him from everywhere, because if he comes, banditry will really, I know it will reduce. We are not 100% sure, but we know it will reduce at least, you know? We know it will go down a bit, because when he can be able to create or invest in education more, you see more people going to school, getting educated more, you see all these things will reduce. Really, it's true, you know, it's true. So they are really fighting. They want to they want to turn Nigeria to something else, and we really have to be careful. We really have to be careful, because these people want to turn Nigeria to something else. People who die on daily basis in Nigeria are more than countries that are fighting war, are more than countries that have war. You know this, right? The way people die in Nigeria every day, even countries that have war, people have not died like that. I am an Igbo person, and I believe that Nigeria can be better. And I wish and pray every day Nigeria should be better, where everybody can I wouldn't have to look at you that you come from, you're Benin, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba. This will not matter. You know, I wish this will not matter, because we live in Europe and we know how it here. Nobody cares where you're coming from. It doesn't really matter. All of them, everybody go to their business, everybody just. I want Nigeria to be like this as well. I wish Nigeria can be better, and religion, if you like, worship whatever you want to worship. It will not matter. It won't matter where life matter. You know, where life is the most important thing. This is what I want Nigeria to become. For example, this guy Nnamdi Kanu, he's been held. Why? They call him terrorist. Meanwhile, and another terrorist is being celebrated. What is going on? I don't understand. Really, Buhari really need to explain this to us. You know, he really need to explain this to us, because I don't understand myself. I watched this yesterday. I was like, God, what is going on in Nigeria? Someone is being held. They said he's a terrorist, and another is out there who has been killing and destroying lives, destroying properties and everything. He's there being celebrated. And you see police officers guiding him. What is going on?
Madam Udoka, I think it's rather baffling how we've been blinded to all of these happenings. I think that there is truly where the problem lies. We are all waking up now when things have gotten so bad. When
Really
things have
bad.
gotten so bad. You said something that people are Nigeria like a burial ground. People are dying a lot. Virtually everything is killing people. You see, hunger is killing people. Lack of good health care is killing people. Flood is killing people. Terrorists killing people. Bandits killing people. Fulani
What
herdsmen. And
next?
because they diversify these people, and believe it or not, terrorists is killing this, bandits is killing that, Boko Haram is killing this, unknown government is doing this. Then you still have Nigerian police to face.
Like I always say, those of us that they killed during NSAS, and like I always say, let them not think that this can just it can be erased just like that. We all have this in our hearts. It can't be erased. Let them not think after all this, because you can't tell me that if it was in a normal country like this, the Buhari won't still be the president. You know this? After what happened during NSAS, he can't still be a president. It's not possible. You cannot kill the youth of this country. Nigeria is a mother that kills her own children, eat her own children. You know, he can't still be a president sitting on that or whatever. It's not done in a normal country. All those
All
people
right.
that killed Nigerian youths, and they still want to come to power and continue killing, who has no respect for life, who has no value for life, bloodsuckers, they still want to come and continue. No, God will not allow them. I'm so proud of Nigerian youths that they are waking up and they are uniting. This is very important. I see Nigerian youths uniting this time around. They are all coming together. They are not thinking, you're this, you're that, like just as they did during SARS. I see that happening again, and I pray that it will continue to happen. I pray that they continue to unite themselves and don't listen to these people what they are trying to say. You're Igbo, you're Hausa, you're Bini, you're. It doesn't really matter where you come from. If the country is good, it's good for all of us. Now that the country is bad, tell
All
me who
right.
is not paying the price.
All right, Madam Oduka. Thank you for your submission. I'll get back to you again. I have to move to other panelists, please.
Okay.
Guys in the comment section and those watching live, please do the needful by liking this broadcast, sharing this broadcast, and inviting someone to this broadcast. Also, this would be a good time to turn on your notification and subscribe to Ninja Watch blog channel if you haven't. And you have to support us financially also by sending a super sticker or a super chat. There are options. You just pick the one that is most convenient for you. Thank you very much. But guys, please like this broadcast. Let's start from there. Just Emmanuel is saying in that ceremony you people are talking about, there were thousands of people there. The people are also aiding crimes in their society. We have to also blame the people, not only security agencies. Yes, I said that earlier that this is just a given that these communities they host these terrorists or bandits, whichever one that they have in their domain per time. I quite agree with you on that, Emmanuel Johnson. He also said that no foreign investor will put money in a place where they only report crime scenes. That's one of the issues. Okay, well, I would refer to this statement. Okay, I'll refer to this statement later. Brother Nice, good morning. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Please unmute your mic. Let me know how you are, Brother Nice.
Yeah, good morning.
How's your
Good
health?
morning.
Good morning, sir. How do
Yeah,
you feel?
yeah, getting stronger, better. Thank God.
Oh,
And
good.
you?
Thank God. Oh, yeah. I'm okay. It's a bright sunny day over here in Lagos. Everything is fine. Thank you. Okay, brother,
Nice.
nice. If you've been following the news or you'd like a recap, please make your submission.
Uh, please, the recap, please.
Okay, we are talking about okay, yesterday we talked about the turbaning of a notorious terrorist. That was what the paper says. A notorious terrorist yesterday. And today waking up to the news of 4 states being attacked in 6 hours by both bandits, terrorists, and Boko Haram. And we are seeing which way the president has come out to say he is fighting terrorism with full force. He has given the military this, that. I remember we talked about the news here, and today this is happening. And now we are saying, yesterday I also read that I read where Afenifere came out to say that the presidency does not mean what he said, doesn't mean the command that he gave, that those are just empty words. And it looks like, it looks like that is true. So now what do we do at this point? If these people are still here, the presidency claims to have given his command, and that is not changing anything. Oh, did I also mention that they even ambushed military men? They attacked military men too in this attack that happened in the space of 6 hours.
Okay, okay. You finished? I should contribute.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. For me, uh, the terrorists that they said he now become a king or a king shifting in the north. That one, I said it before that those people they has been a lot of those kind of people in the north for long. Even some of them, they have been a bandit before they now become the emir. You understand? Those a lot of these they are king in the north. They have been working as it with all those bandits for long. So it's not today. These things have not started today. So that one is not surprising to me. For bandits to attack militaries, that one shows exactly that there's a lot of sabotage in our military. You understand? There's a lot of sabotage. There's a lot of military that is working with all those bandits that gave them Nigerian strategy of their military operation. So the military need to look between. They need to look into between them and sanitize the military system, even to the police and all Nigerian security outfits. They need to sanitize it because there's a lot of them that share the same ideology with those bandits. First of all, when you guys have been talking about Buhari give a go ahead for the military to go after them, all those ones that he's been repeating it for so long, and there's no response, there's no reaction. That one has to let you people understand that when all those kind of things are happening, a lot of disaster, killings, and all those things, for him not to say nothing, he just used that one to talk to Nigeria, to say to Nigeria, "Oh, I've given a marching order." Then at the back, he called them and tell them that they should not do anything about it. Anyone they arrested, arrest them, disarm them, and put them in prison. Or some of them, you can even leave them to go. So he's doing those things in public. He will say what he said, but at the back, he always retreats all those Nigerian military. He retreat them at the back, tell them not to make any move. Buhari is just playing with Nigerians, but he cannot play me. Let me tell you, you see all this nonsense that these our leaders are doing. Let me just say, I just learned Nigeria, Russia President Putin. Let it just take the place of Buhari for 1 year. If you will hear of all those rubbish that is happening in Nigeria.
But you're even going far. Obasanjo had, something like this in his time, and he dealt
No,
with
I
them.
don't even trust all those people. No article, no Tinubu. Any of our leader that will come to that place, they are going to be conniving with all these bandits. This evil will continue. I don't trust anybody that will fix Nigeria today. That person has to be person that doesn't have any connection with Nigerians. That doesn't have any connection. That is the only person. The people that is in Nigeria, all of them are corrupt. So they will eat with that same evil spoon when they get there. The only person I'm still trusting a bit is Peter Obi. The rest of them, and Showori, the rest of them, all those politicians, no. I just let that seat for 1 year, just for Putin. 1 year. If you will hear all those rubbish that is happening in Nigeria, just 1 year. I'm
All
telling
right,
you,
brother, nice.
these our leaders, they are not, they are evil. That's all. Thank you.
I'm forced to even ask. So what do we do at this point? Because it's bad though. It's bad over here at home, guys. It's terrible over here at home. It is. It is. It's really really bad. It's really 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 bad. So what do we do? What do we do? If the number one man, the one that has your so always, eh, I think obviously he's not the one calling the shots. Okay, and if he's the one calling the shots and he's still the one pampering these people, what do we do?
Sorry,
Okay,
please, can I say something? Sorry, just a minute, please. Can I say something? Just 1 minute, please.
okay, okay, Madam Udoka.
Thank you. What we have to do is to come together and vote them out. This is just the solution. This is an opportunity that we have now. If we lose this opportunity, we will continue ranting and crying. We just have to come. This is the time for all of us to come together and unite ourselves, just as we did during NSAS, and vote them out. This is it. There's nothing else to do. This is just it.
Madam Udoka, you do realize that even some of these people have become compromised, right? For them to even attend the coronation of that, the installation of that Emma, it means they are compromised too. And if that is not the first person that has been banned, right?
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
not the
But
first
we
person
can.
that has been banned. It means they have other people. Together, please mute your mic. It means that they have, this notorious terrorists, they have them in power. They have them holding offices in Nigeria. That's what it
Yes, you're right.
means.
You're right. At least now we have someone who we can trust a bit, not even 100%. Let's try and see. This, even Peter Obi, this is now bigger than him. This thing is bigger than him. We the youth now are the one deciding, not Peter Obi. We just want to use him, send him there. And if he doesn't perform, we will also come together and put him. This is time we should take power to our hands. Other countries, they are scared of their youths. Let's make Nigeria scared of us as well. The youth of
All right,
Nigeria, we can also make them get scared of us. Other countries all over the world, the youth are the ones in power. If the youth come together, the leaders get scared. Why can't we do the same? If
or,
we, the
or,
youth,
or instead of saying that to get them scared, let's raise our voice enough that we would be heard.
yes,
All right,
yes,
Madam
let's
Udoka,
all
thank
come
you for your
together. That's
submission.
all.
Right, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your submission. Thank you.
Thank you.
Evans, hi, good day. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. How are you? I trust you are well. So Evans is saying, good morning, everyone. I will speak as a lawyer and once a police officer. I was a security detail to late Depriye Alamasea. I saw what's happening today in 2003. I resigned from the police. Okay, if you'd like to shed more light on that, we are here to listen and we would like to know more. Mr. Tunanja, good day to you, sir. How are you doing? Thank you for joining today's broadcast.
Good morning. I'm doing fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Mr. Tunanja, do you know my name?
No, I don't.
Yeah, because I notice every
Sorry.
time you plan to call my name, you just end it at and you just move on to something else. So my name is Ima. My name is Ima. That's Ima
Ima,
Bong. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Yes. So it's good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Would you like a recap, or you've been following the news?
I've been following a bit about the turbaning, the ASUU return, and I don't know.
Okay.
Is
So
there anything on Peter Obi?
oh, talking about Peter Obi, today's Peter Obi's birthday. So yes, there is something on Peter Obi. Everybody gets to give him a shout out today on this platform, and he gets to see it. Um, so Mr. Tunaja, I beseech you to just give me a minute to read out the last news headline, so we can move to our topic for the day. Right?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so banks are threatening to NLC are threatening to join in the strike. NLC are threatening to join in the strike. So also the banking sector, they are also coming out to say that they are joining in the strike. Um, so guys, if that happens, well, if okay, let me just take this from the ASU strike. ASU strike ASU strike, banks, aviation unions threaten to shut down operations. The Association of Nigeria Aviation Professionals (ANAP) and the National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers (NAAPE) have threatened to shut down airports in solidarity with the striking Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASUU). This came as the National Union of Banks, Insurance and Financial Institutions employees said it will shut all financial institutions to join the NLC in its solidarity strike over the lingering ASU strike. Mr. Tunanja,
Yeah.
why do you think
This.
this is difficult? What do you think is the problem? This makes it 155 days, right? What do you think is
Yeah.
the problem here? Although
I
you know it
think.
took our president 2 months before he even knew that there was a problem. So he has had like 3 months and nothing still has been done.
Yeah. The strike problems that have been occurring in Nigeria is something that Nigerians have to get a grip with. These 2 days strike, okay, that's fine. It's 2 days, not very disruptive, but they are doing it on behalf of what I like to call the professors of strike that has been on strike for 6 months. I'm counting, maybe 6 or 7 months actually. And what I find repugnant, or something that Nigerians should really look out for, is the fact that when these professors return from university, they still get to pay. They get paid their salaries for the period they were not working. That is an incentive for striking, because if you get paid for not working, why would you not repeat that process again? If it's not a very good look. You are destroying lives of young future leaders. People can't send their children to school and expect them to graduate properly like any other nation has a right to do, because university lecturers feels like they are the ones that are the most aggrieved in a country where people are highly underpaid, in a country where soldiers are dying to protect with the little resources that they have, protect our lives with the resources they have. And some people feel like just because maybe their salaries haven't gone up or their conditions are not as good as others, so let's just go on strike for 7 months. And this has been done repeatedly for decades and led to the almost complete destruction of the federal education system at the university level. Somebody has to account for this, and I don't know how these people walk around getting away with it, acting as if it's only the government that is damaging the country. Nigerians have these kind of socialist tendencies where they band together as workers, but they don't ask themselves, okay, what have we got to show for it on paper? Look at the country. You keep going on strike. Who is going to build the country if you keep being on strike? Sooner or later, somebody has to teach those students. Yes, one crazy guy in ASUU Rock is crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing. but two wrongs does not make a right. You can't keep going on strike pretending as if you are not also causing damage. You are just, for me, ASUU is just as bad as the federal government. You see, Nigerians see federal government as the father, so they have to determine everything. But they also forget that ASUU is setting standard for the federal government, telling the federal government how to pay them as a requirement for agreement. So it's like you go to an employer and telling the employer how to pay you, or telling the employer to fulfill conditions that they have not even fulfilled for other professions like doctors, soldiers, and all the others. Why is ASUU different? How is that fair that the police officer can't go on strike because their conditions are just as bad, if not worse? We have to be asking ourselves these tough questions. Just because we put the professors on high pedestals doesn't necessarily mean they shouldn't be answerable too. They are just as answerable. I was hearing the Lagos University Vice Chancellor talking the other day on TVC News, how his son is going for his third degree or second degree. These people, their sons are not attending federal education. Some of them are studying overseas. And they are very happy to go on strike. And guess what? Some of the university lecturers who are working for the private universities that some of the richer Nigerian children attend. And that is a conflict of interest. You can't be serving the federal government in one hand and you are all too happy to go on strike, then go and work on the other, in the private universities. Then when the strike ends, you still get paid for the other side. You still get paid for not working. The UK had this problem, and this is what Margaret Thatcher is known for in the UK. She made sure she broke the back of the union so that this doesn't happen anymore, because unions are fine, but when they become toxic, this is what they call toxic unionism, where they start destroying the system, start eating the system, and the people don't see it because they assume that these people are fighting for them. They assume that these union people are, this ASUU and NLC is fighting for them. But everybody already understands the federal government is rubbish. But what they don't understand is the other side is just as culpable. Do you see the lecturers crying for the people that they are keeping and wasting their lives? They are not crying for them. They are all too happy to go on strike, because if they are not so happy to go on strike, why are they not keeping the universities open? If you are not happy as a professor to teach, make way for the PhD students to educate undergraduates. Sitting at home is the worst thing that you can do to young men at the time when they are looking to learn and advance their careers. This can't happen. We can't keep accepting mediocrity from people that are supposed to know better. At least the politicians, they are agbros. You can accuse Bola Tinubu of being an agbo, what they call it, Buhari as an Olodo that got F9 in his primary secondary school and all the rest. But how about professors that know better? Are you trying? Is anybody going to argue with me that the professors don't know the damage they are doing to the Nigerian youths? They don't know the numbers. They don't know how long this has been going on. What benefit have they brought to the country from all these strikes? Even if we just had a chair and a whiteboard and the lecturers are teaching, it would be better than what we're having now. No lessons at all. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices for your country. We are not even asking them to lay down their lives like the way the soldiers lay down their lives almost every other day in this country. Our one Nigerian soldier has to defend 2,000 people. What is our lecturers doing? People should really ask themselves questions, because those lives that are being lost every day, they are human beings like us. Some of them are our relatives. Dying for what? For lecturers to have the luxury of saying, because we don't get this money, we don't get paid this way, let our children go to waste. Some of those children are children of those soldiers that are dying, that cannot afford private education. They need to ask themselves question what they are doing to our young people, because I bleed. I know an engineer that was supposed to be studying his masters. He just got his admission, wanted to start, boom, gone. I think just before February, gone. Since then, he has not gone to school again. What they are doing to our young people is not right. Sometimes you have to take the hit, bite your teeth for the people, for the children that are going to grow up, because it's like, when people have poor parents and the poor parents fight and work hard to make sure that child gets educated. What happens when that child grows up? The child is grateful to those parents that have worked so hard for them. What has our lecturers done? When the students see how hard the sacrifices they made to give them the education, maybe those students will go on to become leaders and reciprocate it to them. But they didn't do that. They are all too happy to shut our universities down. I have a problem with that. There's a lot of areas where this is questionable judgment and questionable behavior. From the fact that there's a conflict of interest to the fact that they are not willing to make the necessary sacrifices that people are making in that country every day. Not to mention, they have the inside. They are educated people. They are very
Mr.
educated. They know
Mr.
better.
Tunaja, I would like to read out the statistics, right? Because I think this hold on the strike, this back and forth with ASUU and federal government has, it goes way back. It goes way back, and they keep saying one thing, that they need the agreement to be honored. In 2009, ASUU strike, ensued, and it lasted for 4 months. And the cause of the strike, was they said that the 2007 agreement that they entered with government, for them to increase budget and allocation to education, has not been honored as at 2009. 2 years after they went to the agreement, it wasn't honored. In 2010, they went on another strike to tell the government this thing that we agreed on in 2017, in 2007, that's 3 years later, you guys are not doing anything. In 2011, they came out to say, you guys, this thing we agreed upon in 2009, you people are not saying anything, because for every time that they miss, they get to agree with them and promise to do better, but they don't do it. So that happened 2010, 11, 13, 14, 17, 18, 2022, 2020, and now 2022. They are still saying that, see, allocation, infrastructures, even their salary for many years. There are some things that should be prioritized, like the judges of the salaries, right? They just increased it to 10 million naira, 9 million naira, 8 million, and 7 million respectively. And this is something that they've been battling and battling. You wonder why you have, court cases, and the richer man, yes, guess you can, how in this country we say that when someone has money, you don't even bother taking them to court because you go lose. Because now who get money passed to source? If these people are not well paid in their at their job, you're going to have discrepancies like this. If you are going to agree, so why did you go into agreement with someone? Why didn't you just come out and say, okay, for my findings, I got to know that the country is not making as much money as it used to make, right? Even someone said it here that foreign investors will not want to come into the country and do business anymore. And that is true. They are losing because of the insecurity. They are losing so much. So if the government had, agreed to do something at this time, and for very obvious reasons, they cannot, push as much funds as they used to. I think now that therein lies the problem. They cannot push as much funds as they used to
Mm,
into the universities or the varsities, right? And
mm,
when you come into that agreement, why not just say it? Why agree to do this and then you don't do it? And you come to national TV and say they're asking for outrageous money and all of that. But you guys sit at a round table.
mm,
You guys sit at a round table. What do you guys discuss? So I think okay, they're saying that ASU is refusing to accept. And the lecturers are saying, if politicians are earning this much, we matter, so we should be earning as much as this. They are giving, they're like, okay, cut down from this place, cut down from this, and you'll be able to do this. They are saying that. And I think they've lingered. They believe
I
that
think
somebody is also asking, sorry, Justin Manuel is asking, saying the money budgeted for universities annually, are they judiciously utilized by those ASUU?
you see nobody's checking that too. You see, the thing is, I agree that both sides have questions to answer. Maybe even the federal government has more questions to answer. But you see, by their fruits, in the end, don't get bamboozled by words. By their fruits is what you need to look at. These people have kept going on strike. For this is just, it didn't start now. It started since the 1980s, say 90s, constantly doing these type of things. You can't keep disrupting the education of the Nigerians constantly. It's like they make it, just as the federal government is making Nigeria unattractive for Nigerians, they too are contributing to it by doing that. Then who is going to do the work, the hard work to fix the country if everybody is trying to look for a way to just get their own and it's all about me? If the soldier decide to do the same thing, what would they say? If the doctor says I did have the same amount that politicians are getting, what would you say? In all society, you always have an imbalance all the time. Even here in the UK, the teachers are not highly paid. Their salary has not increased in real time for the last 12 years since the last recession of 2018 8 I mean, and that was that's 14 years now, if I'm not mistaken. Their salary has not increased in real time. That's in the UK here too.
All
So
right,
what is
Mr.
happening is
Senator.
almost global. So for them to act as if they are the only ones suffering, to be fair, I look at it that the students are suffering. Don't use the excuse of government is misbehaving to leave students at home. Okay, if you are so worried about that, look for alternative sources of funding. Be creative. You are professors. You are supposed to figure these things out. If you have to
Yes,
create an app,
there is that part too, and there is that part too of them complaining that the federal government is pumping money into research, into universities, all of that, and the universities are not generating money.
that's the
And this
problem.
university, they should be able to generate money, inward. They should look at to how other countries are being able to sustain and maintain their educational board, and they should do that. They shouldn't always wait for these are educationists, these are
If Nigerian
educators. So
university
if they
says,
don't have the ideas, so what are
let,
they
let,
impacting on the students?
let me give you this one. If the Nigerian universities came out and say, you know what, to keep the universities open, we need 1,000 naira a month or 2,000 naira a month. Do you think Nigerians will not look to wait for a way to donate? Those parents that their children are home will look to donate. People overseas will look to donate. I will donate. If they say they need money every month, I will donate a lot more than that. And I believe a lot of Nigerians will. But they sit there and keep insidiously going on strike. What stops them from going to the people? If you really want to keep the school open, the students will fight for them. Will tell their parents, give them. These people have been working so hard. They are trying to make sure we remain educated. This useless government is not doing their job. But they didn't do that. They keep blaming the government while both sides has conspired to destroy the lives of our future leaders in that country. Only the elite children get to go to normal schools and
Okay,
properly.
so Mr. Tunaija, if I get you properly, why you're accusing or pointing fingers at the professors and the lecturers, because they would have looked out for alternative means to reach out to their students, right?
And
Is that the
parents
only
and
fault?
Nigerians. Yes, that's the big fault of that. They could have decided that they want to raise money from the public themselves.
Okay, I think I see a point in what you said. Thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. You know I have to go to other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Thank you. So please mute your mic. Mr. Let Go, thank you for joining today's broadcast.
Thank you.
How have you been, sir? It's been a while.
I'm good. And you?
I've been all right. I've been doing just fine. Thank you for joining.
Thank
Please
you.
make your submission.
Yeah, what I have to say that the system is faulty. And when you have a faulty system, everything will be negative. For example, when you have your car, you drive your car and your car has started transmission problem. And if you don't get your car checked, you may be doing another thing, not treating the main problem. So the whole system in Nigeria is faulty. Like if you are coming to Nigeria, when you get to the airport, when you get to the immigration officers, then they will be looking for you to even give them money. They want to take bribe from you. So if you did not give them anything, they will start to search you, scrutinizing you, all manner of nonsense. So when you look at the system, the whole system is faulty. The retired Chief Justice of Nigeria, everybody know how how many billions of naira that was paid to him, and so many other benefit that he got, and we cannot assess what this man did in the Supreme Court. At the end of the day, Nigerians are trying to let ASUU go back to school, let the professors go back to school after what they are seeing in the country, that their effort is not being rewarded, and you want them to go back to the school. So it will be hard, and the federal government don't want to commit to what they said. Last month, what's the name came out in the TV and said that this also current problem is from the previous administration. This is going to 8 years. Buhari administration has been in the office, and they are still blaming the previous administration about Nigeria's problem. So we are really into a very big trouble in that country. And if time is not taken, this ASUU strike is going to continue if they did not treat the main problem. Now, for me, my suggestion would be they have to devalue the power. They have to give all these schools autonomy. Many of Nigerian schools do not have that autonomy. And that is the reason things are going the way it is. So the whole system is faulty. The same school is faulty. The federal government is faulty. So everything in Nigeria is faulty. That is the problem. So Nigeria have to solve the problem first. The problem is to devalue the power. And that is what people have been clamoring for. If they devalue this power, every state will have the autonomy of their own. And they will have that power to generate this money. Because if everybody is waiting for the federal government to generate this money to settle Nigerian problem, to settle military, to settle police, to settle ASUU, to settle all this, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. That is why we are into this problem. Like where I am, the state, the community, they all have their own autonomy. They all have their own laws. They have community law, they have city laws, they have state laws, they have federal laws in every aspect, in everything that they are doing. So, and they are generating what they are using, even in their school. We have to ask ourselves a question. How many billionaires in Nigeria are supporting education system? Nobody. They are not doing it because everybody is busy embezzling. We have a country where accountant generals stole 80-something billion naira, and nothing is talking about it. We are in a country where the money meant for anything does not go to where it is supposed to go. And we are in Nigeria telling ASUU, the professors, see, let me tell you, every country, their bedrock is their education. If your education system is not strong, it will be hard for that country to survive. Because today, the only thing Nigerian schools do is a theoretical work. At the end of the day, after the person graduates, you're still going to go back to square one. Unless your father is a millionaire or your father is a businessman who can sponsor you abroad to go to school, or who will just put you into one thing or the other. But average Nigerians will go back to their father's house and become a nuisance. In the Western world, it is not like that. Before you even finish
No,
your school,
Mr.
you know where you're going.
Mr. Lego,
Yes,
Mr. Lego, they
yes,
don't necessarily become a nuisance. Sometimes they're even burdens. They're burdens because parents will not like to see that their children are just whiling away. It's it's heavy on the parents of this pupils. They they would feel like, they failed their children. They should have been, make much money as their friends, so they would have sent their word to private schools. It just adds more burden to parents. And
Yes,
that's
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
just wanted to correct that sentence.
Okay. Let me tell you. It happened to me when I graduated from my university in Nigeria. After the NYC, I had no job. I went back home. Even all my nephew that called me uncle, nobody do that anymore because I'm always at home looking for this job,
Can
and
I
there is
ask you?
no job.
Can I ask you a question about one thing you said about decentralization?
Yes,
Anambra State Odumego Ojukwu University is open. It stays open even if it's the same type of university as others because the state was able to intervene and keep them open. So they have the powers to do it now. You see what I mean?
yes. I believe yes. What you said is actually right. So what Nigeria have to do is that the federal government have to make agreement with the ASUU. Then after doing that, they can decide to disintegrate that union. Because if they do that, like as you said, Anambra State University or the Megu State University are not on strike. Because what? The state was able to do what they have to do to help that school. But if all other schools in Nigeria, federal university, federal polytechnic, all those federal that are attached to APSU continue to go in on strike, it's not going to work. If the federal government can come out and say, okay, like Peter Obi said, when Anambra, all the schools there was on strike, he said, these schools, come on, what is the problem? The schools say, this is our problem. We need 1 naira. Then Peter B said, okay, if I give you this, if it is 10 naira, I'm going to give you 5 naira so that you can be able to go back to open the school. The federal government knows the problem of AXU. How much does it cost the federal government to settle AXU so that the school will start again? They know what is the problem and they don't want to do it. So they will continue to go on this strike. Even when you beg them bribe, even when you also come and take this. If also open school now, I will tell you in next 6 months, they will still threaten to go another strike. That is what happened. So if the federal government can settle APSU and said, okay, we are going to give state autonomy for them to control these schools, you will see that so many of our schools will not be on strike today. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank
There
you,
is another
Mr. Lejo.
organization. Sorry, let me add this information. I don't know what I know of. A lot of people know about it. There's another organization that broke out of the ASUU, and the reason they gave for breaking out from ASUU is that they said they believe that the strikes had a crippling effect on the Nigerian university system, and this is exactly the criticism I'm giving to ASUU too. These people, what they are doing is unethical. And Nigerians need to be holding them accountable. Like you said, maybe they need to disband that organization because what they've done, they've really damaged our youth. So sorry for interrupting.
Yes. Because this thing happened to me, right? My course was a course of 5 years, but at the end of the day, I ended up 6 years plus. Even after that, I'm not guaranteed of anything. So what happened? I went back home. I said, no, I'm not going to stay at home. I have to go and hustle. I follow my friend to go and hustle. That is was the only means I can be able to make my way. And that's why I keep encouraging every Nigerian student that are going to any form of higher education. Why going to that school? Try to learn something. Try to attach yourself to something different from that particular school, from that particular course, because there is no job after that course. And whenever you are going to school, make sure you are doing something that can give you a job after you finish. not on the regular courses that you go to school and read and come out and there is nothing. Do something that will help you in the future, even before you finish your school. Don't trust Nigeria. There's no job there and the federal government are not ready to give you anything. When you finish your school, you're going to go back to your father's house. And when you go back to your father's house, that becomes worse. Frustration and all kind of negative things will start growing in your mind. So why going to school? Learn something to attach yourself to. It's going to help you in the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Leko, and I hope that that was received well. You guys, you don't have people telling you that every day, and you don't want to, get to that point where you reflect on these words and say, "Had I known," that'll be too late, and that'll be filled with so much regret. So, stick to this golden advice. Hold on to it very tight. Johnson Emmanuel is saying there were a series of agreements between both parties. So who is not respecting its own side of the government? Johnson, it's the government. It is the government, and that's why I am asking. I say, so why go into the when you sit down with these people in 2007, 2009, in 2010, 11, 12, 13? Why do you keep promising these people? I mean, I don't know if one of the problems they have is that they don't have intelligent people on board. So you can ask questions, and let's see how we can begin to make the school can begin to self-fund itself to a large extent. As someone said here in the comment section, just a minute, let me touch that. Okay, it says that universities are supposed to have internally generated revenues. What happened with these questions? Nobody's asking them. If they don't know what to do, then we should have people who will tell them what to do. Sadly, we have a lot of people that are in positions that they shouldn't even be because they don't know their way around it. They are not thinkers. They are short-sighted. They are not far-sighted. They don't.
Oh no, man! I'm not a professor. I would have thought that they know better than I do.
Honestly, I'm
And
like you guys are the educators, yeah. So what are you teaching the peoples if you are quick?
No, because the government, the federal government, the state government intervene in the school autonomy. They intervene in anything the school wants to do. Example, in Imo State, when Rochas was the governor of Imo State, what did he do? Rochas came to the school and stopped everything and make his own laws, put what he wants to do in the school, and Rochas make sure that he hold the school accountable until he left office. And after Rochas left office, what happened? All those schools went back to square one up to today. So for school to have internally generated fund to manage themselves, they need to have that autonomy for themselves. They need to be in charge. Yes, it's not
So
that the
so
state
at,
government
so at
has
the
to be.
end of the day, so at the end of the day, the government is still the problem.
Yes,
no, I don't buy that. I think they have more autonomy than you give them credit for.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tunajan. All right, Mr. Lego. I'll have to move on to some other person. Let's see who buys in either of your theories. Brother Nice, you're here to talk about this. Brother Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
please make your submission to the matter on ground.
To the ASUU issue,
Yes, sir.
yeah. For me, I believe what this brother said, that the school have to have their own autonomy, is the right thing for it. The government don't supposed to be intervening in every sector. You understand? So that is why you see private sector and this thing in every country.
So should they
So
privatize? So should they privatize universities in Nigeria? Should all universities be privatized?
it should not be all, but some of them has to be. It don't supposed to be attached to the everything. Not supposed to be attached to the authority. You understand? So
All right.
that is what I see. You understand? Because
All right.
this sometimes if everything is too if everything is tied to authority, sometimes some people might be finding it difficult. The school might be finding it difficult to function because of some amenities they will need from the government. It might not be there. The government might not be able to provide those things for those body or those party. So that thing might slow down the system. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So that is why, because especially like Nigeria, when if it comes to issue of money, financing, the government don't play with it. They don't want to finance any garden thing. They are very stingy, our government. So those kind of things, some things you don't need to rely on them. You need to do it without the consent of those of Nigerian this thing system or Nigerian. Don't just rely on them at all. So they have to have, some school have to have some their free autonomy, especially some institution like some universities. It has to be so, because if you rely on Nigeria or government, you will know that it's going to be catastrophe at the end of the day. That is what
All
I
right,
just
brother.
see.
Nice. All right.
Uh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emma, I have one example to give you, right? Last 4 months, December, I traveled to my village. When I went there, I went to church. In that church, they are doing launching, but the pastor in that church said that they are not gonna do any launching unless somebody gave them money for them to pay to the diocese. And the pastor said that the money that church is paying is 3.5 million to the diocese. I went there, I picked the microphone. I said, we have to start questioning the diocese. Diocese is telling a church that that does not even have a good structure, that they are building it, that even the zinc in the church is even leaking. Their windows and doors are not good. And this church, the diocese is forcing this church to remit 3 point something million. I told them, if I have the money, I have the money, but I'm not going to give you this money. Instead of me to give the diocese this money, I will use this money to rebuild our church. I told the pastor, the launching have to go on because we cannot, because of the money we are going to pay to the diocese, we are not going to do this launching. And that becomes a problem on that very day. I told them, no. We have to start getting things right. So that is also what is happening in our education system. So many of these schools remit to the government. So that is the part of the problem. So I was asking them, how can a church like this does not have up to 150 members on a Sunday service going to remit 3 point something million to the diocese? Come on. That is the problem we are facing.
All right, Mr. Lego. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for
Okay, this
sharing that.
government, they are remitting this money for. What are they giving back to the people, to the churches? What are they
Nothing.
giving back?
Nothing.
So this is what I'm talking about. This our government, they are just taking from people, but they don't give back to the society. They are vampires.
See, yeah,
That's
I don't know whether the diocese is the government. I don't know. Is diocese the government?
No,
No,
um,
no,
I,
no, no.
I just use it as an example, and that is the way our government do. They tax these people dangerously. The way they tax every of all this stuff, all these sectors is so annoying. They tax them on everything. When you want to pay something, even when you want to pay your school fees, the bank, even in your school, will tell you that this money is going to the government. You have to pay it before you pay your school fees. If you went to
Yeah.
school in Nigeria, you will experience all these things the way government tax them. You must pay government first.
See, Nigeria's tax burden is relatively low compared to other nations. So for me anyway, I feel like that part is something that probably needs to improve. However, for me, because we dislike the government so much, it distracts us from also calling other people out that are causing problems in the system. I've said it before, we in the Nigerian people, we are a bit of a problem ourselves. Many of us today, if we are planning to, when we get into office, we go and do the same thing that the government officials are doing. If your brother ends up in office, some of us want our brothers to do the same thing because we call it a national cake. These things that are going on with these lecturers is something that, because our dislike for the government, it distracts us from knowing that What they are, it's like a conspiracy between both of them. The government don't have to spend money while they are busy wasting our time. Why the lecturers still get paid when they come back anyway from the strike? Why would they not keep repeating the process? I don't understand it. If you go on strike tomorrow and you get paid after the strike, why would you not want to do it again? Tell me. You want to do it again. This is why they do it.
Mr. Tunaja.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Brother Ness, I have a question to ask you. Because I know you always advocate for tax paying. You always advocate for tax paying. So I have a question for you. Okay. You said that Nigeria should be paying tax, that is our duty to do so. Me, I concur with that for what you said. That is true. If I see what my money is going to, that one will not bother me. If I have if the Nigeria we have a clean water, we have a basic amenity like road, clean road, nice road, stable electricity. They are not tasking me, good infrastructure. They are tasking me for it. I will not be bothered. I will not be here screaming. But when you are not telling me to, you are not trying to task me, when I am not seeing the evidence of those tasks, I'll be darkness for ages. I don't benefit anything from the government since I was born. No good infrastructure, no good road. Then you still said you want to tax me for it. So what is the reason I will be ready to pay any tax to a government that cannot give me those basics amenities? Then my question goes to you now that, okay, they said they said Nigeria government don't have the fund to carry out all those things that I said, that Nigerians should pay tax. Okay, what are they doing with the money of our resources, the government? Answer that.
Yeah, the resources we are getting right now, most of it is, at least officially anyway, we know they are stealing some money, they are stealing some of our resources, but the ones that are declared officially, most of them are going to service our debts and for our national budget that we issue every year. And the national budget is about 27 billion US dollars, which is really little compared to what it should be for the size of a country like Nigeria. I said it yesterday. The health budget of California alone in the US is over 200 billion, while Nigeria's national budget, including defense, education, and everything, is around 27 billion. So that is a problem because the people are not paying into the system to build their systems. Like you see, here in the UK, they used to have what they call debt jails. If you owe debt, you go to jail. And they used to tax, most of the taxes they took at first was from poor people, not from the elites. They used to take tax from poor people to fund wars and do all those things. They didn't tax the elites that way. So unfairness is not only known to us, but they went through all that phases to the point whereby when the people realized that they are paying tax, they started holding the governments accountable. In the case of Nigeria, I said we should make government accounts public so that when they take our taxes, we know where our taxes are going. Because I know full well, I'm not stupid. I know that Nigerians don't trust the government. Nigerians dislike their government. So, and for good reasons too. It's not because the government didn't do anything wrong. The government did a lot wrong. So to heal that gap between the state and the citizens, you need to enforce a high level of transparency where people see the transactions that the governments are doing. And when you pay money into the system, you are seeing that the money is going to the system and funding what is meant to fund. That will reduce corruption, increase trust in the government, and at the same time, allow our systems to actually start healing themselves. You know, these problems sounds like they are serious, very, very big. They are not that big. It's just common sense solutions that we need. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
And if we do that, we are
all right,
going to
Mr.
be able to
Tunaja.
raise a lot more money. Yeah, sorry, sometimes I go on.
All right,
Go
thank you.
ahead.
I need to move on to some other question.
Yeah.
Destiny, thank you for holding on for this long. Thank you for joining to this broadcast. Please unmute your mic and let us know where you're joining us from.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon here. And how
Good
are you doing?
afternoon,
How
sir.
is the family?
Oh, great. Great, thank you.
Oh, well, for me,
Where are you joining us from, please? Where are you joining us from, Mr. Destiny?
I'm joining from Germany.
All right, Mr. Destiny. Thank you for joining in. I believe you'll be following the conversation, so please make your submission.
Yeah, I'll be following the conversation and everything. I really followed. I know about two Nigeria always. There's nothing Nigeria government did that always wrong when it comes to Nigeria, because I always follow his comments in Fleet TV. If you want to know two Nigeria very well, go to Fleet TV.
So I don't think the government
Okay.
does anything wrong.
Thank
Seriously.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
for
know
that
you very well.
information, Mr. Destiny.
So there's nothing that you say here that will surprise me. We are party in that area. So for me, when it comes to this issue of a student, I always say that the students just want to stay at home. That is my own belief. Because
The
if they don't
students,
want to, yes, if they don't want to start, so what are they doing inside house? They should come outside. The government will answer them.
but they've been protesting, and you know how
How many
unsafe it
protests? That one
is
is not
to.
protest.
But
Those Chigon protests. For one, it's
you
only
know
those
how
state that is
unsafe,
protesting.
you know how unsafe it is to protest in Nigeria. These people will
Okay,
have fears in them. They
what
have
do we?
one mind.
Okay. Sorry, please. Just let's put it this way now. Because we said, according to ASUU too, if we continue saying how it is, we should not speak, we should not talk, things will continue going worse. Because it's gotten worse. We are not speaking, we are not coming out. This democracy, the one that because we don't even know if democracy is or not, the little one we are managing now. Is people some people die for it.
Oh my God, please.
This brother is funny, eh? He said the little one we are managing. For real, that's the way we explain this one. It's the little democracy we are managing.
Yeah. So we need to.
Even Buhari don't even spoil ourselves. The little one will they manage.
Buhari just scatter the rest. So we must gather the courage, everything, and come and do the needful for us to make it works. Because that's my own belief. Okay, if they cannot come outside, okay, let's imagine they cannot come outside now.
What would you advise with the realities
That's where I'm going
on
to right now. Let's imagine they can't come outside now. Why don't they all of them, they are on, many of them are on some different WhatsApp group.
Right.
Lock the door, my daddy, you are not going to work today. The civil servants, no job for them. Why? Because my son says so. Because they want you people to open the school. We are all the two Nigeria said there's no money to form it. When the useless senators said they need car, it does not even take 1 month. The car was in Nigeria. It's not even in nothing. It's not even Nigeria made from US or whatever, I don't know. Foreign made. Came in, the money just came up from nowhere. If the useless, stupid, hopeless people need money, the money will just come out.
Mr. Destiny, please language.
Sorry, but those people, they are not. Like me, I respect people that respect themselves. Even if you are a small pikin, if you respect yourself, I respect you.
I very, very agree with you that their disrespect is long overdue. But for the sake of the platform in which we are using, I'd like to keep it very, very limited.
I'm sorry for that.
You are making it look like I'm defending the government. I never defended the government once.
No, tonight I know you.
You may want to get that one clear.
No, two Niger is
some
not
people to go
defending
to
the government.
free TV in the morning. They'll see
this guy. If you're not burying the government every day, that's not any argument you can make. You just came here and blamed the students. So why am I not allowed to have the view that the lecturers are also accountable?
No,
so,
the lecturers, they are fighting for the right thing, because one senator be collecting the salary of a lecturer for how many years?
After they strike, they will still get paid.
If Jama come out now, the result he don't have.
No, you support them, make they get salary after they go on strike. After they finish strike, then they still pay
No,
them for
No,
the period.
no, I'm not the
Exactly.
no.
talk. I'm not talking. No, I'm not the talk of the strike. When they are working, then they take better salary. The senator, the governor, will not get results. They collect block.
That's fair point. See, but they have the power to issue their own salaries. That's the problem. They are leaders and they have power to issue
So
their
those ones,
salary.
okay, you see where we talk they go. So the power I want
Mr.
this ones get
Tunaja,
now to go strike.
allow me make a
Now to go
submission, please, so
strike,
we can
may
move
they
forward.
hear them. So that's what they are doing. So that's the only way they can voice out, and they are voicing out. So we should support them for them to voice out. Let the government do the right thing. That's
All
why I said
right.
let the student. In fact, if you cannot go out, all of you talk to each other on WhatsApp group. Lock your dad, lock your father inside.
No,
No
you
job
know,
today.
well, that's even better because Nupeng sometime last week said that they were joining ASUU on
Don't believe
solidarity
those people.
strike,
Those who are the
and
biggest fraud. They need money. They are
NLC.
hungry. They need money from the federal government.
Okay,
They
so
are one of the
NLC has
biggest fraud.
also
I'm
come
telling
out
you,
to say
they
that
say,
they are
oh, this one is
joining.
like you don't know NSC. All those ones are one of the biggest fraud. They don't need the money. They are
But
hungry.
this Okay, and then the banking sector too has come out to say they're joining on solidarity
Oh, okay.
strike,
Let's watch
and
and see.
also aviation has also come out to say they will be joining on solidarity strike if um, urgent attention is not given to ASU. So let's hope that the fathers of these people who are working in these places already get a seat at home. Mr. Tunanja, please don't
Ma-
unmute your mic. I only just want to say something.
Madam, do you know that
Sorry.
the NSC said this thing about maybe a month ago that they will want to go strike to
Oh,
celebrate with
NLC.
yes, the Labour Congress. They
Okay,
said this
but
thing
they gave
that
a date.
2 3 weeks ago.
Well, we can only just be hopeful that that they do that. And okay.
And
So
they
I
are
see why you
hungry.
are reinstating that. I see why you are reinstating that they should lock their parents at home because they work in these places. Okay, so
Yes.
if that doesn't work, then please lock them in. I agree with you, Mr. Destiny. You, Mr. Tunanja, you said that. See, now I cannot remember what you said, but I will remember because I have to straighten you on something. Okay,
Emma.
yes, sir.
Yes. So, what Destiny was saying, he is actually correct because if a Nigerian don't like what is happening, remember we have National Assembly. We have National Assembly that is there sitting. Everybody are there sitting. If Buhari bring anything, they will approve it, whether wrong or right. So if the National Assembly is really working, the school is on strike, and you are implementing whatever the president brought to your table, right? So is it not faulty? We are in a country whereby the past governor, past senator can brought out 100 million to buy a presidential form that he's not sure of.
Oh, God bless
How
you,
much
though.
is ASU asking? That is the question. There was a video I watched, Aregbesola, in United States. He was hiding himself because of what? He know that they have failed Nigerians. If you did not fail your people, you will be glad and happy for somebody to come and talk to you, to come and make you his or her hero. But this is where we are. Anywhere we see our past leaders, we would like to fight them because we believe that whatever they have today is our money. The money they will use to develop the school, our environment, our road, water, light, they will pocket it. So that is the main problem. But to come and tell Nigeria to come and protest, it will be very, very hard because the one they did up to today, Nigeria has not acknowledged that people died at the answers, something that is broad daylight evidence. So it will be hard for you to see that kind of crowd again to come and protest.
All
That's what I have.
right, Mr. Lego. Thank you for that, joiner. Mr. Destiny, would you want to wrap up your submission, or you're done?
My own is that I really appreciate this last speaker right now, Mr. Let's Go. The issue is that they can still come out because no matter how, okay, if they cannot come out, let them just lock their parents inside house. They can do that because
Okay.
when
Thank
yes,
you.
Mr. Let's go.
when there's no work,
That one is kidnapping. No, is kidnapping is a
yeah,
big
it's
case.
better. It's better. The
That's
Buhari
an
kidnapper, the Buhari kidnapper, and your own personal kidnapper. Which one is better?
Okay, Mr. Destiny, I need to mute your mic right now. Thank you for your contribution. I'll be coming right back to you, Mr. Destiny. Thank you. Mr. Bosan Katung, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining in today's newspaper review. You could please unmute your mic and make your submission if you are still with us. Mr. Bosan? Okay. Um, I'll get back at you, Mr. Bosa. Mr. Kennedy, yeah, this will be the first time you'll be touching the ASUU discussion. What's your take on all of this, sir?
Well, I don't just know what to say about ASU. I've just been listening to all our brothers speaking about ASU. I don't just know what to say. But one thing that is most important is the federal government should keep their side of the bargain. This is a promise or a kind of the agreement they reached. They should be able to live up to their promises and let the ASU go back to school. That's what I just have to say. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. Thank you for that, sir. Okay, this is from, so I'm going to take a few comments from commenters here. This is from Samuel Olaka. It says, good question. Pay tax to a parasitic government is wrong. ASU is on strike because what is the remittance to the government from ASU over the years done to our universities? I, for one, do not understand that question. So you could please come out clearer than that. This was for you, Mr. Legos, and from Johnson Emmanuel, and he says, in Nigeria, as we speak, we have federal laws, state laws, and local government laws. They have autonomy. The problem is they are not doing their job. That's for you, Mr. Lego. If you'd like to address that, that'll be fine.
Yes. Okay, we have federal, state, local government law. How many states in Nigeria that still have local government? How many? In my local government, what is there is grasses. What
What
is
do
there
you
is
mean by that? What do you
yes.
mean? Does it because people are not resident there anymore means that the local
No,
government just closes up?
no, people are there. People are going to there, but the states have collected all the allocation that goes to the local government. There is no local government election. The local government that are close to the people, the state has taken over everything, and they appoint somebody to come and represent the local government. So how is those law functioning? How many
Okay, so
states in
that,
Nigeria?
that was it. That was in reference to the ASU strike. So the person was connected. I think you said something that has to do with autonomy, and that's why the person came out to say that from the federal to state to local governments that they all do that. They just don't know their job.
No, I disagree with that.
All right,
I
that was from
disagree with
Johnson
that.
Emmanuel. All right, sure, you can hear you.
Yeah, because let me give you an example. The place I am, right? The state,
Okay.
the state, they fund the school. Anything the school want to do before you become a senator or a governor, you must have contributed something to the development of their education system, and that is why the people will vote for you, right? So, but in our own country, in our own land, all these our senators, how many of them visit the school? How many?
Hmm.
You can say there is none of them visit the school except when election is coming. Even during the election, none of them visit the school to see the nature of the school. None. No. So all those
Oh,
laws, yeah, and upon that, they are still remitting to the government, to the state government. They are still remitting whatever they have to the government. They've been tasked to be paid all those funds back to the government, and the government will be in control of them. The government will be the one to appoint who will represent the school.
okay.
So it will be
Okay.
hard for school to generate their own internal revenue to carry out research, develop school, and all other stuff going on in the school. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lego, thank you. This is Stella Oresoya. She says, if the leaders are passionate about education in Nigeria and what the students are going through, a good way to put some funds in is to reduce their own allowances, Abi. Make them also make sacrifice. I think for the moment our politicians begin to make sacrifices like downsizing their salaries, then we know that I don't know if we should be afraid.
Yes,
Mr.
yes. Senator Rochas Okorocha one day in the National Assembly raised that issue, and all the members of that assembly tackle him in one way or the other. The Senate president did not even allow him to finish making his own statement, because he said that in Nigeria we have to cut the cost of governance. In
And
the
you know, this
Senate,
is I said this earlier that this is one of the problems why ASUU they get angry. Why these lecturers get angry because they're like, you're saying no money, no money. This is a take home for this person. There are
yes.
things that can be downsized, and I think okay, let me let you finish before I make my submission.
Okay,
Please finish.
okay. When this man make this statement, the Senate president does not allow him to finish making his remark, but he forced himself. Even when they paused his mic, he told them to unpause his mic. The man said that we have to cut the cost of government. How can one senator in Nigeria, about more than 15, 20 police is guiding your house in Abuja, guiding your house in your village? Come on. A senator is using more than 15 vehicles that worth more than 80 million naira.
A senator, and that's just one, and we have how many? So you know
And
there
how many do
that
we have?
yeah, so you know they are saying that, and it's almost like a taboo. It's a that topic is off limits for them when they are in the house. You can't, as you rightly said, that when Okorocha even Rochas brought it up, he wasn't allowed. Senate President didn't allow him to even finish his submission. You can imagine they are not willing to make sacrifices that would affect them. They are not willing to make anybody do a job rightly that would affect them. Now this is the problem, because if everybody does their job rightly, it is going to affect them. Now that is why they are
Okay,
fighting in
Emma,
from having a hold here. Yes,
Let me
please.
give you example. I'm in United States, in the state of Maryland. United States House of Representative Nancy Pelosi. The husband, they are all from here, right? But that woman, upon all the power she has in the United States, she is the third citizen in the United States. The husband drove himself last month. He has accidents. I think he hit somebody. But why am I saying this? He's not with police. He's not with the military. He's not with the bulletproof car. He's just driving his normal car. These are people that are third citizen in United States. And in Nigeria, we have a common common community leader, have people that are guiding them. And we are here talking about ASUU is demanding too much. So the system is faulty. That is why everything is faulty. Thank you.
All right,
You
thank you very
see,
much,
we
sir.
can. Sorry, I need to state this. I
Mr.
think we can't
Tunaja,
equate
Mr.
federal government.
Tunaja,
Okay,
Mr.
okay,
Tunaja.
yeah.
Um, there's something I would like to teach you, Mr. Tunanja, and it's called courtesy, sir. You know, before you jump right in to speak when it's not your time, you know, you just have to say things like, please, do I have a minute? Can I interject briefly? You know, verbs like that that you use quickly. So, Mr. Sunaija, quickly do the needful so you can give your
Thank you.
submission.
Please, can I just respond quickly to what he just said?
Yes, Mr. Sunaija, you
Thank
can.
you. Thank you. See, I led very quick. I led very quickly.
Thank you, Tinaja.
So, yeah, I think that we have to be careful about equating the federal government to universities. Because if everybody starts doing that, the doctors will do the same, the soldiers will do the same, the primary school teachers, anybody can do the same. And societies are not equal. Even here, it's not. So there has to be a level of reason to this that we apply. And in all the cases, I still can't excuse the people going on strike repeatedly and having our students sit at home continuously. We can't keep excusing such mediocrity. The outcomes are terrible for our people. We can't. Other countries do also have this problem. Why is it that our own universities refuse to open so that our people can go to school? So that we shouldn't be making an excuse for bad behavior. Government is terrible. They have terrible behavior too. I'm not excusing government at all, but we also have to excuse the other because we can't excuse the lecturers. Soldiers are dying as we speak with their lives. For how much are they getting paid? If we start saying everybody should get paid the same amount as every other person gets paid, we are not going to get anywhere. This is why this keeps happening. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you. Thank
for
you for that.
Sorry,
thank you
please,
for
but
giving me
can I
time to talk.
say something, please? Destiny.
Sorry, who is talking,
Can I
please?
say something, please?
Okay, Mr. Destiny.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Tunaja, why don't, not that everybody should receive the same amount. Let the politicians reduce their own. From the little one they reduce, they will add to the lecturers. At least it will still go to
I
somewhere.
agree with that. They should make their own sacrifices too without compromising their individual security.
All right, thank you very much, the both of you. Mr. Docomo, good afternoon. Thank you for joining today's newspaper review. You came in very, very late. We've come to the close of today's broadcast, but I'm kind enough to give you a minute to say something. Please unmute your mic if you're still with us, Mr. Docomo. Okay, Mr. Bosan Katung, are you there? Are you back? Mr. Bosan, Mr. Docomo. Okay, moving on. Mr. Kennedy, we've come to the close of the show. What do you have to say to Nigerians?
Well, thank you very much again. What I have to say is I support. Oh, it's echoing. To some extent, I support what Mr. Tunaja is saying, that everybody has to do his or her bit. It is very important. Even these developed countries we all live in, they make their sacrifices. We have to do our bit, and the federal government too, that is supposed to be at the helm of affairs, should take the lead. The president should lead from the front. It's not just by talking. He should lead from the front, and let's see what is going to happen. If the president puts his feet down, everything will work. The buck stops on his table. That is where the problem is. I don't know if he's actually sick or he's not physically okay. If he's okay, I think he should put his feet down and do the needful. Thank you very much.
Mr. Kennedy, just on a lighter note, right? Yeah, you asking if the president is sick or not, and also saying that he should put his feet down. You mean he should put his physical feet down?
Yes, physical fit and everything. Because I don't even understand. The president sometimes is young, sometimes is old. I don't know what is going on. I
Well,
don't
you know
know.
that if we have to wait for the president to make something happen in the country, then nothing just might happen because his word seems to carry no power and no command at all. Okay,
Constitutionally, we have to wait for him because he's the president. If he cannot carry on, he should hand over to Sibanjo and let's see where the improvement is going to come from. That's all.
all right, Mr. Kennedy.
Hello,
Thank
Thank you.
you for your
Mr. Bosan
contributions
is back.
today. I do appreciate. Mr. Bosan, thank you for joining. Thank you. If you'd like to, we've come to the close of the show. This is newspaper review, and it carries for from 10 a.m. Nigerian time to 11 a.m. Nigerian time. It's the likes of the people that just keeps going on and on that has made this to tarry longer than usual. So please join in earlier than the time you did, Mr. Bosan. But we could give you 5 minutes to give your submission.
Okay, thank you for having me. Yeah, I quite enjoyed the presentation, but I was going on and off. Sorry for that. The times you've been calling my name, I was engaged doing one or two things, so I couldn't respond. But I'm sit
All right,
now.
Mr. Bosan. All right, it's fine.
Yes, yes. About what the last speaker just said, I think we lay more emphasis on our leaders, but we all have a role to play. Because if the head is good and the other part of the body is damaged, I don't think we're going to function properly. So if everybody is allowed to answer his father's name, everybody should carry his cross. I think this country will move better because one can hide under the name of the president and do evil because he knows that the blame will be put on the president. But if, if we isolate the problem and attach it to a particular person or an individual, if you know that this thing is going wrong and the blame is going to be put on you and it will damage your reputation and it will make you not to grow further, I think everybody will now sit up and try to do what is right. Let's leave the president alone. The president is actually not doing much. We all know that. But everybody needs to sit up and make his or her own contribution positively to the development of this country. Because a lot of people are just sleeping and taking what does not belong to them at the back, knowing fully that the blame or the fingers to be pointed at the president or at the leaders. So I think we need to, take personal responsibility in some of these things because if you look around us, you now see that a lot of people tend to do a lot of things knowing that the blame will be put on someone else or do things in such a way that the blame will be put on someone else. So emphasis should not just be on the leaders, but on all of us. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bosan, thank you for that. You said something, excuse me, you said something, they live around us, and that begs the question. Where are you joining us from, please?
From Zamfara.
Aha. Okay, so we'll be asking you some questions regarding what is happening in hometown. So I am appealing to you to join us from time to time. Do the needful, turning on your notification on YouTube. So every time Ninja Watch is goes live, you'll be notified. And also subscribe to this channel so you get informations as they hot, and do the needful by supporting us financially. Down to your right, you have the dollar sign, and you can support with any currency. Nonetheless, thank you. It was good having you here. I hope to have more insight from you on our other discussions. Thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. What's your submission to Nigerians, please?
My submission to Nigerians about this issue is that we need to do our part, and people that the ones that are overseas need to also understand that they also have a role to play. We all, if we want to fix our country, we all have to do our part, and that is what this discussion has just revealed. The lecturers have to do their part. They need to take a hit because I lament to watch our soldiers dying, our police officers dying, trying to do their best to keep a nation together, while they are not even getting paid anything close to any of these two sides that are causing this problem. And the children are sitting at home in the middle. So we have to start understanding that we have a role to play in fixing our country. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you for that. Very nice. Your submission to Nigerians.
Yeah, thank you once again. Yeah, my submission to my fellow Nigerians. This government, this administration, from the president to the minister, they are very stubborn. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. The only thing I will advise you people, just exercise patience in when they are going to leave. That is the only thing that you people can do. And look for a way to vote for the right person, Peter Obi, so that you people will have a better future. Thank you, my fellow Nigerians. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, very nice. Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny.
Uh, my own is that everybody is saying the lecturer should sacrifice. When they pay 100 million or pay 100 billion to the S-men, no, there's no access made to sacrifice. There's no money, so it's only the workers. Because every time in Nigeria, it's only the workers that always take the suffering. They only tell them sacrifice, sacrifice, but they don't tell the dealers, because all those ones are just the dealers. They don't tell the dealers to sacrifice. I don't know why. So we should plead to the dealers. They should also please this period sacrifice for the lecturers. Let our brothers and sisters go back to school. Thank you.
All right, sir. You're welcome. Mr. Lego, please, your submission.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, my fellow Nigerians. What I have to say is this: as somebody said, this government is too stubborn. There is nothing you can say that they will change their mind. It is true, and I will repeat reference P2B. P2B said that if I'm the head and I'm not stealing, you that I gave job will not steal. So, what things that are going on in APSU in Nigeria, the federal government know that they are stealing, and the APSU are stealing too. So, because of that, they are not coming into agreement. But we Nigeria, we have a job to do. Our job is our power, and our power is our PVC. 2023, let's all remove sentiment, remove ethnic religion, remove where we came from, and vote for competent people. Labour Party. That logo is logo that will start transforming Nigeria back to the way we want it to be. They are not, miracle, but I believe if they come in there, they can change things. So let's vote these people out 2023 and hold our leaders accountable. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Lego. Thank you for that. Mr. Bosan, this is a part of the broadcast. This is a part of the broadcast where you give your 5 second submissions to Nigerians.
You know, this country the indices have been negative. So I think every Nigerian should try to look out for him or herself, because the leaders obviously don't give a damn about us, the masses. So take your eyes off government and see what you can do for yourself. And if at all there's anything you can do to better this country, no matter
Mr. Bosan?
how little, give your contribution. Hello? Are you with me?
Yes, Mr. Bosan, please go on.
Hello?
Mr. Bosan, I can hear you. Oh dear. Okay, Mr. Bosan. Thank you for that. Thank you for that submission. Guys, thank you for joining today's. Yes, thank you for that, Mr. Bosan. I would like to move on from this. Thank you. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that joined me today. Naomi Bella, thank you very much. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. Thank you to Esosa. Thank you to Mommy Diaspora. Thank you to Mr. Kennedy. Thank you to all of my panelists. You guys did so amazing today. Thank you. It was good. It was good having you guys here, guys. I am appealing to you guys. Please like this broadcast. The number of likes and viewership They don't even tally. So please, guys, do the needful. Naomi Bella, thank you very much. Kelly Brown. Kelly Brown is saying happy birthday to our next incoming president of Nigeria. Yes, happy birthday to Mr. Peter Obi. We wish you prosperity. We wish you lines falling in pleasant places for you, sir. And we are celebrating you here. Everyone is celebrating you here. Samuel Olaka, thank you for joining in. Stella Orensa, thank you for joining in. June Obaseki, thank you for joining in. 2NG, thank you for joining in. Thank you. Justin Emmanuel, thank you for joining in. Justin Emmanuel says at Bosan Katung, God bless you. I think you said something he agrees with. Come, 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 come. Thank you for joining in. I'd like to know your real name someday. Thank you for joining in. And who else do we have here? Osagbo Vote. Thank you for joining in. Thank you guys for joining in. I can't say enough thank you to my panelists. You guys, let's do this tomorrow again now. I should be expecting you guys back. Okay, I'll be expecting you guys tomorrow. Thank you to yes, I was going to say something, guys. You see, with everything that is going on in the country, right? Whew, I think we need someone who is prudent in spending, someone who before they just throw out their neck to look at countries that they can collect trillions of dollars and millions and all of that from. They'll look at how to first of all generate the money inwards by downsizing on things until we are better. And we need somebody like that. We really, really need somebody like that. So please, guys, whoever you're choosing, whoever you're voting for, we need somebody that would care for us. We need somebody that would be there. Yes, we need somebody that would be there. We need somebody that would know what is happening. How can also be on strike after 2 months and the president is saying he doesn't even know and is being misinformed? What stops him from getting accurate information? How can you be misinformed for a very long time? And in 6 months later, or if not even more, or okay, 155 days later, he's just sitting with vice chancellors and all of that. Guys, we have to do better. We have to do better with our PVC. This is not a case of 10,000. It's not a case of 5,000. This is not, nobody should buy your vote at this point. Don't let greed. Please, let's do better. We will then they give that money to now. We the thing they affect past. Then self they know now. The 10,000 that they are giving to you, how much do they use to feed their own self daily? How much do they give to their own children as pocket money? They don't even deal in naira, and they will give you peasant 10,000 naira. Guys, come on, come on. That money no be better money, oh. For every time something goes wrong, all of you that are collecting money, there are courses on you too. You partake in this. Everything is damaged in the country. Everything, every sector. If bandits are not killing people, flood is killing people. If flood is not killing people, something is killing. What? See, for some of us, Nigeria is all that we have. For some of us, for me, Nigeria is home. Nigeria is everything. Some of us, when we set the I pledge every morning on the assembly ground, we were taking an oath. We didn't even understand that we've become so passionate about Nigeria that we don't even know how we got there. The headlines make me shed tears sometimes. It's bad what is happening here. And we can change the narrative on that day. We can change the narrative.
Miss Irma, there's a question I would like us to ask this our government. They said this our government don't know what they are doing. Huh? How do they do it that there is no money in circulation in Nigeria? How do they freeze the money? Because now money is not circulating in Nigeria. How do they do it if they don't know what are they doing? Hello, do you understand me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, because
I'm with you.
where this problem
People,
start
yes,
from.
you're saying money, even food. People have money but can't even buy food because the farmers are being attacked. So people are going to turn to zombie very soon and start eating human beings. Don't you get it? Even the
That's why
ones
they are
that have
selling pass
money
now. That's why they are
to
selling
even
people's pass. That's why they are selling people pass. All those ritual killings. These are the things that provoke ritual killing. A lot hungry,
right.
hungry. People will now resort to be eating human beings because of
Huh.
there's too much suffering.
You know how I'm clamoring and I'm saying, please, in a very realistic manner, what do we do? And I get response like, in a couple of months, in about 7 months, he's going to leave. He's still the president. Okay, guys, we've Monday to Thursdays we have our discussions at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and on Fridays we have our debate. Debate is the battleground. It is the dissect topics. They're hot on Fridays. You don't want to miss it. And even better, what is happening in Nigeria now? Nigeria Watch will be coming online. Every day, bringing you stories, bringing you news, bringing you informations as it is hot. So do the needful by turning on your notifications. So for every time Nigeria watches live, you get notified. Thank you. Somebody is saying, Omokare Jesse. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining today's broadcast. I'm sorry I couldn't scroll all the way up, but of course I'll always say your name. Omokari Jesse. Thank you for joining in. I have Wabo Felix. Thank you for joining in. Victor Smart. Thank you for joining in. Guys, please just come out early tomorrow. Newspaper review is from 10 a.m. Nigerian time to 11 a.m. Nigerian time. I can't take all of these messages that I'm saying, but thank you. I truly do appreciate, guys. Please let's vote wisely. Please let's vote wisely. Let's do the needful. God bless you guys. May God sustain each and every one of us, especially we the foot soldiers that are here in this country. And God going to keep us. So may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'll see you guys by 10 a.m. tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.